This is the Sportsocracy, and it's time for another 3-round mock draft by at ESPN Draft Nerd Jeremy Greene, and it's time for the...
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. This is here's my big question.
I just thought of something.
What?
So we do that every time we talk about the Buffalo Bills. Why do I never go, oink? Was she a great big fat person? Also Buffalo Bill.
It's the wrong Buffalo Bill, though.
Oh, it's Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
That was Buffalo Bill.
That's right. At 13-3 last year, the Buffalo Bills have been expected to be on the cusp of a Super Bowl the last couple of years. What have they done to get better this offseason?
Yep. No. I got nothing. Look,
Point
I
taken.
know they were in on DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know how that's going to end. But, I mean, you've lost a little bit. You lost Tremaine Edmonds, who was really good last year. You brought back the safeties. They're just – I'm seeing leaks spring on this team that Buffalo's going to have to work really hard to slap the old what's that stupid infomercial? The
Flex Seal?
Flex Seal. Yeah, you're going to have to Flex Seal the shit out of some of this. But I mean, I think it's doable. When you have a pass rusher that's this good, you got a quarterback that's this good, with two receivers as good as Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis, you're always going to be competitive. Now, do I think you're the best team in the AFC anymore? No, I don't. I think your division's gotten better, and now you're going to have to really steer into certain skids to win games, and that's okay, because nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
And they have the 28th overall pick in the first round of the draft, and they should select who?
Drew Sanders, linebacker out of Arkansas. He's the best pass rushing linebacker in this class, and it's not really all that close. I think he can hold up against coverage. Is he going to be what Tremaine Edmonds was last year? No, he's not. But there's not a linebacker in this class that can do that. That's why the Chicago Bears paid him $11 jillion. Drew Sanders allows you to double down on something that you already do well, and he fills a hole because you do need a linebacker in the middle of that defense. And I think he can do that. Are you going to have to take some lumps with it? Sure, because the tape at Arkansas was infinitely better than anything I ever saw at Alabama, and he's the physicality, the athleticism. Those are things that I know are going to translate. I mean, this is a kid 6'4", 235 pounds, runs a 4.59 40. So he's good enough at all of the things to come in and be a force right away. He's an elite pass rusher. Need to work on wrapping up because he doesn't always do that particularly well, but that's probably the biggest drawback I have on him.
In the second round, pick number 60.
DJ Turner, cornerback out of Michigan.
All right, adding to the secondary here.
Well, and I'm almost remiss to do that because you got so many young corners. I didn't love the Elam pick last year. I mean, Kyer Elam is a talented player, and I think he certainly has a role. It's just you get to a certain point where Tre'Davious White has not played like a number one corner last year. That's the biggest thing you can do is get him back to that form. Because then the second corner, whether it's Elam, Jackson, is it Benmore? I always say Benford. I always say his name.
Christian Benford.
No matter who it is, you can just throw multiple pieces at it. And you have different guys that do different things. DJ Turner is hyper athletic. And, ran the fastest number at the combine, 4.26. And he's a good coverage guy, good tackler. I'm not so sure he's super scheme versatile, which is why you can get him in the second round. But what he does particularly well. I think he can play in the slot early because he's 5'11", $180. And if you look at what the Jets and the Dolphins and even the Patriots to a lesser degree throw at you out of the slot, that is a piece that I think would be really high end for them early. And I'm not so sure that Elam's not a safety as it goes on. But I said that last year.
In the third round, number 92 overall.
Well, you wanted to address the offensive line as we've been going through this, but there's not one there.
You kept missing the run.
You keep missing the run. I didn't do a trade-up for Buffalo here, but there is one that falls right in your lap right here. Blake Freeland, offensive tackle out of BYU. I've had Cody Mauch going to the Bills forever. Now, he's started to fall a little bit, and I'm not 100% sure I understand why. And I would still – I would I would have taken him with the second-round pick, except he went right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with Freeland, you get a big, gigantic dancing bear. And I've already seen you do this with Spencer Brown. I thought Spencer Brown was a guard the entire time through the entire draft process, and he's done nothing to really make me think that I was wrong. So here I would be putting Freeland on the right side and sliding Brown in with Morris and McGovern. That's where my head would be at. I already know what you got in Deion Dawkins. I like him on the left side. This just gives you a little bit more size and physicality because you're going to have to figure out how to run the ball. And James Cook was good in limited work last year. He's your guy now. He is your guy now.
But what about Damian Harris?
Stop. He's a rotational bit piece, just like he was in New England. I mean, and he's fine. I'm not trying to bang on the guy. It's just your offense is going to hinge on James Cook's ability to be the guy that we told you was last year. And I think that's where Buffalo, you asked what they did to get better in the offseason. I got a year older. Because guys like James Cook, guys like Kyrie Elam that I was talking about earlier, you get a year older, you start to round into that form of what it was we thought you would be as pros. That's probably their best way of getting better because now you're paying Josh Allen. And you've got to hit on these draft picks. So whatever you got to do to make them work, that's what you got to do.
And maybe you can get DeAndre Hopkins in a trade.
Hey, and DeAndre Hopkins wouldn't suck either. And then you've got Stephon Diggs playing out of the slot. Every team in the league just goes, well, this sucks.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this.
Fun, ain't it? Josh Allen, can he break through? Can he get Buffalo, to their final destination of a Super Bowl? It's getting tougher and tougher.
The AFC is just a murderer's row, but Buffalo's still really good. If you like these picks, if you hate these picks, if you just want to say it's stupid that I say nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, or tell me that my Buffalo Bill impression sucks, feel free to do that in the comments. I answer all of those. We got a lot in the first set of these videos, so give me a day or two. And if you want to know a player and how they fit with the Buffalo Bills, you can comment that as well. We will have 2 more mock drafts, my A+ that starts next week, 7 rounds for every team in the league. Best draft class you could possibly hope for, according to me. And then my final projection for the 2023 NFL draft that will come out the week of the draft.
Hey, take a second, like the video, share it out with your friends as well. Subscribe to us here in the Sportsocracy. Follow all of our team-by-team content throughout the Draftmas season, and we will cover each and every pick of the 2023 NFL Draft live from the Ingles studio. We'll see you then.